What is up? It is Nuke the Props. Holden playing a little injured today. I'll get through it, though. We got Tyler coming on to give us his picks again this week. And, of course, Connor Allen, my guy from 4 for 4, about 10, 15 minutes from now. We'll discuss Bleacher Nation fantasy picks and then see what he's on for week number 10. Now, a couple things I want to let you know about. First off, what do we have going on here if you don't already have a subscription? I'll tell you exactly what we got. We got a 1-week free trial with the code Nuke November, N-U-K-E November. One word, go to nukethehouse.com. You'll hit the subscribe button. All your wishes and dreams will come true. Just type in the code Nuke November, and you will have a 1-week free trial. Also, what do we have going on here right now? Well, we got the like button. We got subscribe to our Nuke the House channel, and I want to get into some injuries before we really start getting into some of the plays. And I'm feeling good about plays because 2 of them that I was on, Keg was on. Actually, Keg should not feel good about those, but I feel great about him because he was on them. So, first of all, we got the Eagles full strength. A.J. Brown is going to play this weekend against the Cowboys. Devontae Smith is going to play this weekend against the Cowboys. And Dallas Goedert is in. So you've got Cooper Rush on one side with the Cowboys, and on the other side, the Eagles getting healthy and coming out with a full arsenal of weapons. And then you got Saquon. Apparently Jalen Hurts' ankle was bothering him, but he's fine as well. So we got that. Number 2, the Falcons. Raheem Morris says he feels good about Drake London playing. We're going to talk about Darnell Mooney here in just a minute, but that's a thing. Saints, Chris Olave's out. 4th concussion since he's been in the NFL. Not good. Michael Pittman's out for the Colts. Colts and Bills. Do we want to go back to Josh Downs? He did creep past his number last week at the last minute, but that's a guy I'm going to dig into a little bit more. Mac Jones starting for the Jags this weekend. And then, by the way, did you guys see what's going on with the underdogs? October, 15 outright NFL upsets for the books. In September, we had 26, so the favorites are starting to move the pack here. Tyler's here. What up, T-Dog? I don't know why I called you T-Dog. How you doing, Tyler?
What's up, buddy?
Man,
good.
I got a few.
I don't think I resemble the T-Dog from The Walking Dead, but
no, and I have not watched The Walking Dead, so I didn't get the reference. So just know that I didn't name you after a T-Dog from a different show, but here's the deal. I'm going to throw a couple out at you because we did really good last week. Tillman cashed, Downs cashed, Tyrone Tracy. Again, I know Keg's on him. This is a guy right away against the Panthers. Let's go over his 73.5 rush yards. You want to take it up higher than that, by all means, go for it. But since week 5, this dude has almost 80% of the backfield carries. He's got 97.6 yards per game combined. If you want to take him in the passing game, 60% of the running back targets. And then the run defense here for the Panthers is disgusting. They're giving up 16 carries a game at 5.6 yards per carry, 139 rushing yards a game. That's the most in the league. 1.5 rushing touchdowns per game, most in the league. Tyrone Tracy going berserk this weekend, Tyler.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
Are you feeling sick? You hit every stat in the book
on that one.
Are you feeling sick or are you tired? I'm exhausted. I'm sick. I'm exhausted. A little both. Yeah. I'm struggling, man. We're going to get through this, though, together. What do you got for your first prop bet this week?
Kyler Murray's rushing yards. We're going back to that one against the Jets. You're getting like a 28.5 on that. And he's hit 50 yards. I think it's 4 times this year. He's hit 60 twice. But he's had 2 games where he's went single-digit rushing yards. But right after those games, he's put up 50 yards. Well, he rushed for 7 yards last game because they didn't need him much in that Chicago game. I think he smashes the spot. You could alt that up to 50 plus and get like a 3-1 ticket on his rushing yards here. I think they get pressure on him. I think he runs away and he finds some opening and gets some yards.
All right. So the number was what? 26.5?
28.5.
28.5. Okay. Very good. That's Tyler's first one. Like button would be great. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you got any bets you want to throw in the chat, by all means, throw them over here. I'd love to see what you got. My second one is going to be another one. He put it out today. I talked with Keg about this guy, or at least I threw it in the notes, the show notes, in the synopsis for the game plan, and we talked about it yesterday. Darnell Mooney over 56.5 receiving yards. He's taken on the Saints. People just don't talk about this dude enough. Second in the NFL in 20-plus yard catches. He's got 14. He's got 20-plus yard receiving touchdowns, 4 times, 20 plus yards, 9th in receiving yards, 85 plus yards in 4 games, projection 71 yards. And then you look at what's going on with the Saints defense. So the top 2 cornerbacks who missed last week, probably, I mean, it's not going to be good. Alontae Taylor and Kool-Aid McKinstry. You're telling me Mooney can't tear this up? London's still messed up, even though Raheem Morris says he's going to play. The Saints allowing the 5th most receiving yards to wide receivers. Give me the Darnell Mooney all day. What's
Love that? Love the Darnell Mooney call. I'm probably just alting that spread in that game up to like 10.5.
You think the
Falcons
Saints
score points? Like I could see Atlanta just getting like 60 plays in that game, maybe 70, to the Saints like 30, and just opening up the score because the Saints can't do anything on offense.
Yeah.
Once you jam the run, they're screwed.
I hear you. What's next?
So, love that. I mean, I'm going right back to quarterbacks. Give me Drake May over 28.5 rushing yards. I mean, how many times did we watch him break big runs last week? Now he's playing Chicago, and you're getting a 28.5 again on him. That's the best weapon New England has is his legs. So I see him running the ball. And I also don't hate doing a 50-yard parlay on him and Kyler Murray. That's like 14-1.
Oh.
So I think you see quarterbacks run a lot this week.
Yeah, I had Ian Harditz on, really sharp kid from Fantasy Life. And that was his bet. He's like, I'm going Drake May over rushing yards. This guy's just going to crush it. Like, you could take him up to 40 easily. Like you said, you want to up Kyler and Drake May? I'll go with Drake May. I might get on the train with you on that because now that's 2 guys are respected on Drake May over 25.5 rush yards. I wonder where that moved, though. Where did that open at?
I think it opened 25.5. I see 28 now.
All right, I'm seeing 29s and a half. Yeah, so FanDuel's got a 28.5. Yeah, 25.5. It's up to 28.5. Interesting, though, on DK, this thing touched 31.5 yesterday before a whole bunch of buyback got it back down to 29.5. That's interesting. I want to ask you about a prop that I was thinking about making. Baker Mayfield, his number is 242 passing yards. His projection is 265. This is a guy that basically just has to throw the football. I know they tried to establish the run against the Chiefs last week, and to some point it kind of worked, right? They got it against Kansas City, but this week, to me, Baker Mayfield is just in a nonstop passing mode against this Niners team, coming off a bye, going across the country. They've probably been hanging out there and should just lay the wood down on the Bucs. I don't want to lean you one way or the other, but Baker Mayfield, 242.5 passing yards, over or under?
I kind of lean under. Just because it's San Fran off a bye. They usually play good in this spot. They're getting a lot of their pieces back. They need to make that Super Bowl run if they want any chance at it. So they have to pick up right here. I think they smash them. I'd rather lay the number here. And I'd rather take the quarterback on the other side. I think Purdy lights them up. I don't think they're able to run that ball with CMC and Jordan Mason all that well. They could, but I don't think they pound them guys into the ground with the way they've dealt with injuries. I think these guys are wide open against these Tampa Bay corners. I think Purdy could throw for 300 in this matchup.
That wouldn't shock me. That's a bad pass defense, too. Jeff is in the house. Maserati Marv, 80 yards plus is plus 325. Cards play dog shit team. No way he misses. I mean, Harrison Jr.'s got to get going here. It's probably more on Kyler than anything else.
I'm starting to think it's a little bit Kyler, but I also think Marvin Harrison's more of just a name. And
really?
Yeah.
He's not looking like the guy you thought he would be.
And the more you look at these wide receivers that came out of this draft, how many are you drafting ahead of them? So I'm taking Neighbors.
A few. Neighbors, 100%.
Taking Brian Thomas.
Brian Thomas, yes. At least right now.
I might even take Lad McConkey over him right now.
All right, settle down. Settle down on your Lad McConkey. I don't want to hear about it.
Leave season, Lad McConkey's better than Marvin Harrison.
Well, leave a bet if you want to. You got any questions about bets for player props in week number 10? You can feel free to hit them up. Ooh, I got the sweats coming on. This is a lot of fun, Tyler. What do we got for your next player prop bet if you got another one?
Well, I mean, you already talked about him, but I just want Tyrone Tracy's touchdown at minus 120. I mean, Carolina's defense is terrible. Someone's got to score in that early game. They're going to get in the red zone at least once or twice. Tyrone Tracy's going to punch one in the end zone in that game.
All right, last one I want to talk to you about. I have not bet this one either. DeAndre Swift, right? So the Patriots are brutal against the run. The opposing lead back's gone over, 71.5. I think they've gone over 80 in every single game in the last 6. You've got a struggling Caleb Williams that the Bears, you would think, are going to want to get settled down, let him relax, let him get into the flow, go to the run. The projection is 71.5. Where are you sitting on Swift?
I really didn't have a feel for this side of the game. I mean, I just want nothing to do with the Bears. Their locker room seems to be in turmoil. Their coach sucks. I really don't want to do anything with that team.
What makes you think the locker room's in turmoil? Just DJ Moore asking if they've got
the whole Hail Mary, the Hail Mary play ruined that locker room. That cornerback literally took himself out of practice the one day because he got demoted.
Yeah.
That probably didn't rub well in the locker room. Yeah, I think there's some problems there.
There's definitely some issues, but not anything that one win against the Patriots can turn around. I'm still buying in on Williams. I don't know if he's the best quarterback in this class. I probably isn't. Jaden Daniels looks like he's the man.
Yeah,
by far and away to this point. But we're not burying Caleb Williams after half a season.
I mean, when I did my quarterback rankings, I had him 24th.
Whoa.
And Jaden was 11th.
Will Mike Williams get any targets? That's got to be Matt.
I wouldn't want to bet my money on Mike Williams this week.
Have you ever bet Mike Williams this year? Besides for under?
I bet him once when it was the game against Buffalo. I had his over like 20 yards, and the dude was throwing the ball 40 yards down the field twice, and he dropped it both times. So
I bet it twice under. They both hit. He's not good. He's not good in that jet system, at least. When he's on the field, he's a great just run down the field as fast as you can and make a catch. Although he pissed Aaron Rodgers off by breaking in instead of just keep going straight. Anything else that you were looking at this week?
No, that was pretty much it for me. I mean, I don't like it. It ain't a prop, but I don't hate doing the Chargers and the Philadelphia Eagles teaser. I mean, I don't see either of those teams losing those games.
Yeah.
And then just one side I really love. Give me Pittsburgh against Washington. You're getting Mike Tomlin as an underdog against a rookie quarterback where he's 28-6. Everyone's going to tell you Jaden Daniels' mobility is going to help him in this game. The Steelers don't care. They see Lamar Jackson twice a year. They see the best running quarterback in the league. They know what they're preparing for here. So I think they can give Jaden Daniels some fits. Their offense has been more than competent the last few weeks, so they'll put points on the board. I think Najee runs through that defense. I think they win that game outright.
Hey, there is a guy that's coming back this week. I thought his number was interesting. CMC, McCaffrey's number 67.5. Rushing. We'll never see it that low again. The only question you got to ask yourself is how much is he going to be involved? And he could have played last week. Let's just say he gets 14 rushes. We're not going to worry about the receiving here, but 14 rushes, and he's got to average more than 4 yards, I suppose, right? So he'd have to average about 4.5 yards per carry to get to that 67.5. That's a low number. We just have to figure out. Yeah.
It's low, but he's not getting in between the tackles against his Tampa Bay team. Kareem Hunt's ran rampant on teams behind this Kansas City line, and Vita Vea and those guys didn't let him move the ball on the ground. Mind you, he scored the game-winning touchdown, but it took them throwing the ball all the way down there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. If they run him outside and keep him away from Vita Vea, he can get there. I think they kind of ease him back in. Do you really want to just run him into the dirt against Tampa Bay who's already dead?
No.
So,
but they got to win this game.
Yeah.
No more screwing around. They got to win this game. Yeah.
I don't think they run him into the dirt to do it, though.
Yeah. Keg put this play out. I think it was yesterday. We're doing the show live. Yeah. 2 days ago. Yeah. Yesterday we're doing the show live. He's like, I got to play for you. He's like, what? He goes, San Francisco in 6. Tyler, thanks for hopping on, buddy. What's the best bet?
Best bet? Give me the Kyler Murray rushing yards over 28.5.
Beautiful, Tyler. Always good to see you, pal. Thanks for your help on this Friday show. We appreciate it.
Catch you next week.
All right, very good. We don't need 2 sick guys on the show at once. One's enough. I hope I don't get you sick through the technology here, Connor. How are you, my friend?
Holden, I'm sick. I'm not going to lie to you.
You are too?
I feel horrible right now. I'm about to go to sleep after this.
Yeah, well, let's make it fast then, because I'm just sick as a dog. Tyler was sick. We're all just sick. We feel like crap.
Yeah,
sweating.
Flu game, though. Flu game. We're about to rip some winners. And
yeah, we're not going to have to rip too many winners. Obviously, Connor's with 4 for 4, but he's got the Bleacher Nation fantasy apps. Really cool app. Something we've been talking about a lot here on Nuke the House. And I'll get a best bet from him here in a minute, but let's start with this. Bleacher Nation Fantasy, I got a link. I'll throw it in the Discord once again if you want to try it out. And in that link, you're going to want to hit it up on your mobile device. I'll put it in the NFL-bets chat. When you hit the link on your mobile, it'll take you right to the app. You download it, use the code SWEATFREE. You get up to $250 back in bonuses if you lose that bet. And I think you had something with Marvin Harrison and Josh Downs. Would that be correct?
Yeah, I really like Josh Downs this week. We got no Michael Pittman. We saw Josh Downs. I think we talked about Josh Downs last week, but
yeah, and he hit.
And he barely got there because he wasn't playing in anything outside of 11 personnel, but a win's a win. And so I think, Marvin Harrison gets the Jets this week. Obviously, it's a tough matchup. He's been really inconsistent as is. Josh Downs, meanwhile, should see negative game script against Buffalo. They are getting wrecked in the slot. Now they have Teron Johnson back, so maybe they'll be a little bit better. But again, I think Josh Downs is like the focal point of the passing game here. So I really like Josh Downs this week. I think it's a down week or like a lower range of outcome week for Marvin Harrison Jr. So give me Downs here, minus 19 yards.
Yeah, and the one I was looking up was Tyrone Tracy versus Chuba. Now, on the surface, you're going to say, whoa, Tracy's going to go nuts because we all love Tracy in the props market. We can ladder Tracy in the props market. And Jonathan Brooks is back. So, like, he's making his debut this week. I wonder how much that cuts into Chuba's workload. So I never like going the obvious way. I tried to figure out a way to say, Chuba, Chuba's going to go out. He could tear up this Giants run defense. But I think I got to stick with Tracy here. I think Tracy can have a next level game this week.
Tracy's awesome. He's just like a very good player, and it's been really cool to see. And Dable is committed to him. They have not went back to Devin Singletary really at all. This Panthers run defense stinks. Actually, both these run defenses kind of stink, but I think this Panthers run defense particularly is really bad. So, yeah, I think Tracy here, again, probably a threat for 15, 20-plus carries in this spot against a really bad run defense.
Yeah, and again, I like Chuba. They gave him the contract, but Brooks is coming back. Panthers might have to be playing from behind. Then again, it is the Giants. I shouldn't overreact to that. But let me get a best bet from you, buddy, and I'm going to throw out one of mine, and then we'll get out of here, and both of us will take a nap in different cities.
Yeah, a bet that I love this week, Tyreek Hill over 74, 75 receiving yards and ladders, 130, 72, and 80 receiving yards in 3 healthy games with Tua this season. 50-point game total. Like, this game's going to be hot. And he's crushed versus cover 3, and the Rams play a ton of cover 3. So, and we've seen the Rams. They allowed 180 yards to JSN, 175 to Juwan Jennings, 130 to Maserati Marv, 121 to Jameson. Like, they've allowed spike weeks to these like fast guys, the lineup all over. And yeah, I think it's like, it could be literally wheels up for Tyreek Hill here. I don't know if it'll be a Jamar Chase level game, but hopefully something close.
After last night, Jamar Chase has the most 60-plus yard receiving TDs since 2001. He's got 11 now. Wow. Tyreek's got 9. Time for him to get back. It's just legacy games for Chase against the Ravens this year. He's been absolutely remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. So Tracy's one guy. The other guy likes Mooney this week. 56.5 against the Saints with Taylor and Kool-Aid as their starting corners. And you've got Drake London still banged up. He's going to play, but Mooney's my guy. I think Mooney goes out there and just lays the wood this week.
Yeah, no, that's a great call. No, I think Mooney props, especially if London's banged up at all, like Mooney's going to go off. Even if he isn't, like, I think Mooney's still in a great position to succeed. And if he's out for some reason, Drake London's out, Mooney might have like 120 yards. So.
All right. Why don't you got Tyreek over his receiving yards, ladder into 100. Why don't you plug Bleacher Nation Fantasy? We'll get out of here, and that'll be that, pal.
Yeah, appreciate you having me on. Definitely check out Bleacher Nation Fantasy, NBA, NFL. First entry is sweat free up to $250. You play $250, you lose it, you get $250 back. Just use code sweat free. And then I think you guys have links in the Discord, links in show notes, basically everywhere. Or if you have any questions, feel free to DM me or Holden. It's kind of a fun way to get some more action down on props. It's legal in 30+ states. Yeah, it's kind of cool because you're betting props with spreads, which is almost like actually betting sides, but you get to do it with player props too. I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. Connor, thanks for the time, pal. Feel better. Again, 1 week free here at Nuke the House. The code is Nuke November, Nuke November, Nuke November. 1 week free trial on us. For Tyler and Connor, again, Connor, good to see you. Feel better, pal. I'm Holden.
Let's go nuke the house. That's what we need to do, Connor. Let's go nuke the house. That's what we're
Why
going to
not?
do this weekend. Later.